In this video, I'm going to show you how to transfer Shopify data to Google Sheets. Unfortunately, since Shopify doesn't let you do this automatically by default, what we need to do is use a third-party automation tool. Don't worry though, it is completely free and very easy to set up. The first thing that I want you to do is click the first link in the description of this video, which will take you to the Make platform. Once you've clicked on the link, this is the page you are going to see. From here, you want to head over to the navigation panel on the left-hand side, and in here, you want to go to Scenarios. This will take you to the page wherein you will be asked how you want to create your first scenario. If you click on the Open Scenario Builder, this will take you to the page wherein we can create our scenario from scratch. However, if we click on the Browse Templates, this will take you to the Public Templates page wherein you can select from one of the templates, and these are pre-made automations. Now, the first thing that we want to do is we want to head over back to the Scenarios page, and in here, we want to create our scenario from scratch, so simply click on Open Scenario Builder. Now you will be greeted with a big plus sign, so simply click on it, and a tab will open on the right hand side which will show all of the applications, or what we call as the modules. To get started, we want to add a trigger and an action, and the first thing that we will add is a trigger, and that trigger would be Shopify. To do that, you want to head to the search bar here below, simply click on it, and in here what we want to do is we want to search for Shopify. Once you search for Shopify, on the very top, you want to click on Shopify that says verified on the right hand side. Simply click on it. Now in here, you just want to simply scroll down until you see orders. Now it is up to us what type of data that we do want to get. We can either search for orders. This returns a list of orders based on filters, or what we can also do is search for products in the products section. What we can also do is under the customers, we can also search for the customers. Now this is based, or this returns a list of all the customers that we have, including their order. So I want to just simply click for search orders. Now on the right hand side, it will ask you to add a connection, and to do that, simply go to the right hand side and then click on add. And in here, you want to click on the drop down and then simply select Shopify. Now it will ask you to add a connection name. You can leave this as is or add a custom one, but on the subdomain, we want to head over back to Shopify, and in here you want to go to the navigation panel on the left hand side, and on the very bottom just simply go to settings. Now on settings, you will see that on the very top in the left hand side of the navigation panel, you will see your store name, and on the very bottom should be the domain. Simply highlight the whole domain and press Ctrl+C to copy. Now we can now head over back to Make. Under Make, we want to go to subdomain, and on the blank space, simply press Ctrl+V to add or to paste. Now the next thing that we want to do is we want to highlight .myshopify.com and delete that one. It is included on the instructions here below that the subdomain would be the first value before .myshopify. Once that's done, you just want to go to the bottom and the right hand side and then simply click on Save. Now, once you have successfully added your connection, you will see that on the connection tab, it will show the dropdown for your website. Now, on the query mode, if you click on the dropdown, this is where we have to decide if we want to filter the specific data that we want to get, or we want to pull out all of the existing data. Now, if we click on Simple, it will show that on the query options, you can actually filter out the types of orders that you will get or that will transfer on the sheet. However, if you click on the dropdown for Empty, this will actually pull out all of the existing Shopify orders. So if you do want to filter a specific data, just want to head over to the dropdown and click on Simple. And this is very straightforward. On the status, you want to add what type of status you want. We can leave this as empty. This means that it will pull out all of the status. On the financial status, if you click on dropdown, you can leave this on a specific status or empty for all. Now, if you just want to pull out all of the orders, then just simply tick on the empty query. Now, if you do pick on the empty query mode, on the sort results by, if you click on dropdown, you can pick how you want it to be added. If you want the newer first and then the older, simply click on that. But if you want to add the older first to newer, simply click on this one. This wouldn't matter since at the end of the day, we can still customize this on Google Sheets. So I just want to click on the creation date for newer to older. Now for order limit, you can add a number between 1 to 250. This means that it will get maximum number of orders retrieved within one execution. I will just simply type 10. Now on the output line items, make sure that it is ticked to yes, and the line items limit, you can add a number from 1 to 250. Once that's done, you want to go to the bottom and the right hand side and then simply click on save. As you can see, we have successfully added Shopify as our module. The next thing that we want to do is we want to add Google Sheets. And to do that, you want to head over to Shopify, simply hover, and on the right hand side, you will see a plus sign to add another module. Simply click on it. In here, what we want to do is we want to add Google Sheets. And once again, if you can't find Google Sheets, there will be a search bar here below. So simply search for Google Sheets. From here, you want to go to the very top where it says Google Sheets, and on the right hand side, make sure that it is verified. Now, once you click on Google Sheets, you want to head over to rows, and in here, you want to click on Add a Row. Now it will ask us to add a connection, so under connection, you want to go to the right hand side and then simply click on Add. On the right hand side again, it will ask you to add a connection name. You can leave it as is, but on the bottom and the right hand side, simply click on Sign in with Google. In here, you will be taken to a tab where you can choose a Google account to continue to make. Once you have successfully added a connection, you will automatically see it within the dropdown. Now we want to head over to search method, and in here, you want to click on the dropdown again and then click on search by path. On the drive, you want to choose the specific drive in which has your sheet to. Mine would be my drive. Now I want to show you my Google Sheet, and this is what I call the Shopify data. In here, I have a order ID, a creation date, a customer, as well as the total amount. What you can do is copy how this looks like, or what you can also do is leave it as blank, since we are going to map the values later on. So just simply head over back to make, and in here, just simply click here to choose file, and then you will be asked, or you will be shown all of the files that you have on your drive. So just simply click on the specific Google Sheet. On the sheet name, simply click on the drop down and then add the sheet name. Mine will be data. And make sure that on table contains headers, click on the drop down and make sure it is set to yes. Now, as you can see, Make has successfully mapped out all of our headers into values, and if you do not have a header like I did, you will see that it will leave as a letter. Now, if we head over back into our first column, which should be letter A, you want to simply click on the blank space, and in here, what we want to do is we want to click, or we want to add the appropriate fields from Shopify right into our Google Sheet. For the order ID, what we want to do is we want to get the ID. So simply drag and then drop the ID into the blank space. For the date, we want to get the date that this was created at. So simply go to created at, drag and then drop. And if you can't find these fields, you want to go to the very top where it says search items. And let's say we want to search for created at, it will automatically filter it out. Now for the customer, we just want to simply search for name. And then you want to pick if you want it to be a first name or a last name. I will just simply click on name. So simply drag and then drop to customer. On the total, what we want to do is we want to add the amount. So simply type amount. This should be the total price set. So simply drag and drop amount into total. Once that's done, if you want to add more values or if you want to see more into search orders, just simply add their fields in here and then you won't even need to add the header. Now, once that's done, you want to head over to the bottom and the right hand side and then just simply click on save. As you can see, we have successfully created our first automation, and the first thing that we have to do to test this out is just go to the bottom and the left hand side and then just simply click on run once. And as you can see, they both have a check mark. This means that it has successfully added its information right into Google Sheets. Now, you will notice that it has a specific number. This means that on the very first one, this is the first execution, and on the right-hand side, it has added 8 rows. If we head over into our Google Sheet, you will see that it has successfully added all of the data that was in our Shopify store. And that's about it. That's how to transfer Shopify data to Google Sheets. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to help you out.